Hey guys, Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. And I know I talked about this book in a few of my other videos. This is the book that I had just started. I told everybody that I had purchased. And I actually got this as a package deal through, and I'll put the link in the description box. For 35 bucks, I've got 3 books, a DVD, and a CD on Epstein's Island and all those that are connected with it. Another DVD with about 70 books on it that you could read. It was a great deal, and I'm glad I got this. I'm glad I started reading this. Actually started reading this book this morning, Shadowland. It's written by Tom Horn. You just go do a search on YouTube. You could see some of Tom Horn's work that he's done. I've read a few of his other books. Excellent stuff. And from what I've read in chapter 1 so far in this book, I'm on chapter 2 now. Just an amazing book. And it's I'll read just a clip of it here in the back. Shadowland soberly and frighteningly exposes occult influence hidden especially within Washington's deep state and modern culture. From Jeffrey Epstein to the Clintons, from Obama and Biden to the occult elite, Dr. Thomas Horn uncovers terrifying realities animating from today's polarized culture and the energies operating behind the contest for dominance over values, beliefs, and religious practices. And guys, we're seeing this system that he describes in this book play out today in exactly what's going on right now in this country. And here's a clip, here's an excerpt from chapter 2. It says, how celebrated visionary George Orwell imagined progressive's final world order. In George Orwell's dystopian novel, 1984, the fictional setting of Oceania was depicted as having 4 ministries under the figurehead of Big Brother: love, peace, plenty, and truth. The Ministry of Peace actually perpetrated unending wars. The Ministry of Love oversaw suffering and torture against those who would not adhere to the party line. The Ministry of Plenty weaponized starvation through socialism. And then there was the Ministry of Truth, the propaganda arm of the government media that employed doublethink and newspeak as the official dialectic of the state. Newspeak is the term Orwell invented for controlled language, restricted grammar, and limited vocabulary as a linguistic design meant to limit the freedom of thought, personal identity, self-expression, free will that ideologically threatens the regime of Big Brother and the party, who thus criminalize such concepts as thought crime, contradictions of the English Socialist Party orthodoxy. Today in America, the nonfiction version of the Ministry of Truth has materialized and is fully operational through the Orwellian tools of modern Marxists and social media manipulators, including Google, Facebook, blacklisting Christian and conservative commentary by burying search results and exhibiting bias in their artificial intelligence shadow banning algorithms. This activity has contributed to the moral decline across the United States. The U.S. Attorney General William Barr told a University of Notre Dame Law School audience late in 2019, attacks on freedom of expression, on religious liberty, have resulted in the moral decline that has contributed in part to increases in polarization and suicides, mental illness, and drug addiction. Worse, Barr said the attack on religious liberty and freedom of unapproved speech is not random, but organized destruction by secularists and their allies who have marshaled all forces of mass communication, popular culture, the entertainment industry, and academia in an unremitting assault on religion and traditional values. That's not me talking. That's William Barr talking back in 2019. And guys, this book goes into great detail, and I'm just anxious to read it. And as I as I read interesting portions, I'll do videos on them and keep you guys updated. But if you go on the website, I'll put it in the link. You could order your own book. You could even get it on Amazon. I just ordered the package deal through the actual website from Tom Horn's website, and like I said, guys, it's a great read, and it makes puts a lot of pieces together on what's going on today, so you could educate yourself and prepare yourself for what's coming in the coming days, weeks, and months, because this is not over. It's only beginning. And so I'll leave it at that. I know I did some videos yesterday, a few short videos on some news topics that were out there. And I plan on doing some more today. And we're getting ready to wrap up here in Washington, D.C. And I'm glad, because I just don't like it here. I don't like being here. I don't feel right here. And it's just an eerie feeling that I get being stuck here for the last 6 weeks. I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't like it. So we're finishing up here Tuesday morning at the hospital. We have an early appointment for my wife's last radiation treatment. So after today, there's 3 more, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. And so we have one more weekend to spend here in D.C. And then Tuesday morning, after her radiation treatment, we'll be zipping back to Charlotte. And so hopefully that'll be a smooth ride. And I have a lot of catching up to do, and get my ducks in a row, and to get down to business. Actually, I don't even know. I've been contacting my employer for the last, I think it's 4 days now. I sent 2 emails. Nobody's got back to me yet on what we're doing. Are we going back to work? Do I have my job? Has it been changed? Has anything been altered? I'm trying to find out some information today. Hopefully between today and tomorrow, I'll know more on whether I have a job when I get back to home base. So my wife and I today in the car coming here to the hospital had a little conversation, and based on what our future holds as far as me working, if I do go back to work, which hopefully I will, we're going to look into possibly buying a piece of land with a small house on it. Yeah, whether that's possible or not now in this market, I don't know. But we're sincerely thinking of doing it. We wanted to do it originally when we moved to Charlotte. However, with her being sick and just the way her tumor progressed and the new tumor appeared, getting the place, the townhome where we live now, was a smart idea. It's close to everything, and it was just something we had no real choice. We had to do it. So, but now we're looking at changing those plans. She's on board with it. Hopefully we can do it. If not, we stay put. But either way, God's directing our paths. We're relying on Him, because He has carried us this far, and He won't abandon us now. And that's how I feel, and that's how each of us has to approach this in the coming days, weeks, and months, because what's being unveiled is chaos, and it's not getting back to normal. It's not going to be like it was before, and I'm afraid that through tracking mechanisms and apps on phones and digital signatures and cards that we'll have to carry and blood tests that we'll have to go through, if we're going to be allowed to work in the workforce, the things that are coming down the pike that I'm reading don't sound too appealing to me. It makes me want to just stay home, get ready and prepare for whatever's coming my way, because I don't see good coming out of what's going on with all the things I'm hearing. It's just all lining up to line up what the Bible says about what's going to happen in the last days. I think we're living that history right now. I think it's a great time to be alive. even though it's pretty scary. When you look at what the Bible says, it's really uplifting to know that you're living in biblical historic times, and the prophecies are lining up. And for those that don't believe in the Bible or what it says now, when you look at it, I think your eyes will really be opened. And I think that relying on leaders, world leaders, local leaders, any one person is going to be a detriment to you, because that one person that is arising right now is called the Antichrist. And he will take the world stage soon, and he will have answers to many of the ills that face the world. He will be worshipped. He will be looked up to. He will be a charismatic leader. He will have wisdom and guidance and charm and appeal, just almost like it says it is, the Antichrist, a type of Christ that is false. And so many will be fooled, many who don't know the Word, that are not born again, that don't have the Holy Spirit. Unfortunately, you're at a disadvantage, a grave disadvantage, because you are probably going to be following this world leader that emerges from the ashes of what's happening right now. And so without getting into a Bible study, I just want to express some thoughts today. I just wanted to put this book out there and let you know that there are leaders in our country that are involved in the occult, that actively search and try to harness the powers of the Antichrist for their own power. And by doing that, they're opening up portals for demons, for dark forces to take over and direct our country. And if you don't believe it, just watch on what's to come. And what's happening right now is not by accident. Watch the video last night that I'll put in the link also. That is actually a great documentary that shows that, basically shows that the virus probably came from a lab in Wuhan, China. Whether it was released accidentally or on purpose, it didn't really say, but the way the video that I saw it, it looks like it's a biological weapon attack, not only on the United States, but on the world. And so what we're dealing with now, guys, is not a natural occurrence. It was something put together, a designer virus, if you will. And so any vaccine that's going to come on the scene down the road and be touted as a end-all, cure-all is something to be suspect of. I would be very suspect about taking a vaccine and putting it in my body right now, although they're going to sell it as, it looks like right now, they're selling it as mandatory. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how gullible Americans are and people around the world. I'm sure they'll have their media pundits pushing it. I'm sure they'll have Hollywood lined up and ready to show how they're going to be taking it, and they'll lead the way, sports figures, etc. You know how they're going to do it. But just like the abortion activists, what's their slogan? My body, my choice. Isn't that their slogan? No one tells me what to do with my body. It's my choice what I do with my body. Well, that's the same attitude that I will be taking, and hopefully many others will be taking when this new vaccine is thrust upon us for a cure-all, end-all. I do not trust 100% what's being portrayed right now. Do not trust it. I do not trust what the media is pushing. I do not trust the narrative. I do not believe China, this came about accidentally. I believe it's a planned event. I believe that they're ushering in a new system, and I believe there's other events behind this that will be pushed upon us if we don't go along with what they're trying to peddle. And these guys are my opinions. You know, feel free to comment down in the comment section. As always, you're free to do that. I give you my opinions and what I think and feel, just like I did the other day when I talked about how I think that the police in this country will be nationalized someday. I didn't say when, but I think that's the push, and that's going to be the elitists have to have everything under their control, and a national police force under the guise of Homeland Security, another arm of, you know, Homeland Security, patrolling our streets, reporting up through a head in Washington, will better be able to manage this crisis. That's how they may sell it. Especially if many in the country, like we're seeing now, start uprising and pushing back against these Orwellian rules and regulations that they're pushing on us. I mean, it's quite evident to see some of these governors, like particularly the one in Michigan, Whitmore, whatever her name is. She's just an operative, just another piece on the chessboard that's pushing the narrative. Why you can't buy certain things in the marketplace, like seeds to grow food, to feed yourself, to be self-sufficient. Why that would be frowned upon makes you think, doesn't it? About control. Who controls the food controls the people. They don't want people. There's these independent people, and I listen. I love to watch them. I love to hear what they say, that live on, you know, their own farms and prepper communities around the country and around the world that are pretty much self-sufficient. They don't want to be bothered, and they don't want to be, and they don't want to bother other people. They want to live their lives, leave them alone, let them live in freedom. They're not bothering anybody or hurting anybody, but yet they're frowned upon and looked upon as fringe elements. So you're going to see more and more of a push to stop that independent type living. I plan, as soon as I get home, to start a garden, to start a container garden, to grow anything that I can in my house, inside, sprouting, outside, planting. Whatever I could grow, I'm going to grow, and no one will stop me. And I can assure you that no one will stop me. Ratting or snitching neighbors won't stop me. The police won't stop me. Nobody's going to stop me from exercising freedom to feed my family. So I'll find, by hook or by crook, I'll figure out a way to do it. So that's my attitude going back home from this. I've had a lot of time over the last 6 weeks here to pray, to think, to get guidance from Yahweh from above, to understand that how important it is to follow the Bible's commands and what it says to do, what Jesus said to do. Those that love me will follow my commands. It's simple. You don't say you follow Yeshua, the Messiah, and then make up your own rules and decide what parts you're going to follow and what parts you're not going to follow. No, you follow his commands because he proved who he was. He proved that he was the Messiah. He lived and died and rose again and proved who he was. And he lives right now in the hearts of millions of people across this country and around the world. Even though we're being sifted right now and the chaff is being shaken off, there's a great shaking taking place. The true followers, the true called out ones will surface, will speak, and you will hear us, and we will not be silenced by a dystopian Orwellian type government run by demons and people that worship the occult and only want power to rule and reign with their own rules, apart from the rules and freedoms and liberties given to us by the Bible, by God Himself, by Yahweh. So that's my video for now. Again, I'll put links in the description box to the videos, the book. Watch them. Get the book. Watch the video that I will put in the description box. The documentary that I saw last night. I'm sure there'll be others coming out. And guys, is there going to be a conflict with China, Iran, North Korea, Russia? It's very possible. Very possible. Because whenever there's trade wars, currency wars, depressions or economic collapses, depressions, recessions, usually war follows. History has shown us that. So, will there be a war, and how soon will it occur? I believe there will be some type of war down the road for us. I don't know when that will be, but I know everything is lining up historically that will lead us to that end. And so that's another one of my opinions that I think, and it's not just my opinion, many other very, very smart people that analyze this kind of stuff and can show you through history how that is one of the ways, and what we're going through now is something that can and may lead to war. So it's nothing's off the table. So we in this country have to be ready for anything. We as Americans have to be ready for anything. We have to be ready for the next phase of this virus, whatever it is. It can mutate into something else, can be immune to a vaccine. It can morph into something else and continue killing on a level that is unprecedented. We don't know what's being fostered upon us. These are the opening volleys. These are the opening volleys that we're going through right now. This is not the end. It's not everyone gets back to work, the economy comes bustling back. No, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. And therefore, we have to prepare as Americans for the long haul. We have to learn to be on the same page. We have to learn to embrace morals and values, biblical morals and values, and lay aside demonic things that we were doing prior to this happening. That's the way we come together. We don't come together by listening to what these despotic leaders around the world are saying and some of the things that they're coming up with. No. We have to stand shoulder to shoulder, but with morals and values and God-given principles that have been written for us and commanded that we follow. That's the only way that this will get better. It's not going to get better embracing a new world order where the government and the leaders are gods and tell us what to do and we blindly follow. That's not what we were created for, nor to do, to be slaves. Americans, liberty and justice for all, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, natural laws these are from God. These are God-given, not state-given. So any amount of money that they throw at this and funding and bailouts is not going to make it better. We have to make it better. As a people, as a nation, coming together with like-minded people that want to get back to the roots and founding of the country. Judeo-Christian values, biblical principles that are really not hard to understand. But many people, following their own evil desires, want to go down a different road, a different path. And that path, the Bible says, leads to destruction. It leads to destruction. Not only material destruction of a country that we're seeing and witnessing right now, but spiritual destruction. Your soul. Spiritual destruction that'll last in eternity. So think long and hard what you believe in or don't believe in, who you are following. Think about what they're saying, the implications of what they're saying. When they say peace and safety, run. When they say peace and safety, run. When they say we have this figured out, run. Because they don't. They want control of you and their power and wield their power over you. And they want to depopulate the world. They don't want to help save lives. They want to depopulate lives. And God only knows what they have planned to do that in the future. Oh God, I could go on forever. I could make I could make this video hours long with ideas on what I think about how they're going to depopulate the world. Nanotechnology may be one of them. Who knows what kind of markers a virus can carry? What kind of little machines, nano machines, that could be putting into us, that we could be breathing in, that could be in our water, our food supply. Seeds that are grown, that they distribute and not you. That's why they don't want you and I growing our own food and seeds. Because everything is tainted in some way, shape, or form to bring about a desired end. I know. People may think you're crazy. Yeah, listen to Anthony's channel. He's crazy. Conspiracy theory, off-the-wall things that he says. No, they're not, guys. Everything's lining up. Their goal is to nationalize the police. Their goal is military control over everything. They want to rule with an iron fist. Our sovereignty is standing in the way. This latest battle that we're going through is one way to decrease and eliminate our sovereignty and bring us into the fold. They can do that through elimination of cash, tracking of everything, every purchase, every move you make via where you go, where you travel, listening in to our homes through our phones and TVs and smart devices and apps, backdoor entrances in through apps and items that we have installed on our phones and on our TVs. Now, snitching of neighbors, turning of one against the other. I mean, it's endless, the amount of power that they have. The issuance of the new 5, what's it called? I don't want to say the word, but 5, the new signal that's going to give better internet reception on a level that's can be used as a military weapon, probably. Who knows if that could listen in right through your walls without having to need anything else. What I'm saying is, guys, we are being catapulted into a police state. And it may be getting to the point where there is no return. And on top of all that, we're going to see the greatest push in history to eliminate a sitting president, to overturn or to rule the next elections, to change the way voting is done, to fundamentally change everything. The people in this book and those associated with them are working to those ends. That's why it's important to shake the cobwebs out of your head and read some other writings that speak about what the plans of these people are. And that their end game doesn't have your and my best interests in mind. They want to keep all of us down and infighting while they push their plans. They want to keep everyone hungry